So beautiful.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't expecting that one. Yeah, they're just it's just so great. This is why it's so nice to not have makeup on.
They thought it was just another late-night laugh. But Trevor Noah's quick jab at Meghan Markle wasn't just comedy. It felt like a spark tossed into a field of gasoline. 1 second, the crowd is roaring. The next, social media is dissecting every word like it was a royal decree. And here's the kicker. That one-liner didn't just leave Meghan's name trending. It cracked open a vault of whispers, old grudges, and names of celebrities who may not be as friendly with Meghan as she wants the world to believe. Because here's the tea. Trevor didn't just roast her. He might have unlocked something bigger. Hollywood's unspoken rule about Meghan finally breaking into the open. The audience gasped, laughed, and leaned in. But the real shock? The way people online started connecting dots that Meghan probably wishes stayed hidden.
I don't need to prove to you why that's your loss.
And before you even think this was just an isolated ha-ha moment, let me tell you, clips of Trevor's burn didn't just go viral. They set off a chain reaction. Fans began digging, pulling out old interviews, cryptic comments, and awkward red carpet moments, all pointing to one uncomfortable truth. Meghan Markle might have more enemies in Hollywood than allies. So, was Trevor Noah just making a joke, or was he slyly voicing what half of Hollywood already feels? And wait until you see who else has allegedly been side-eyeing Meghan from the shadows. Because Trevor might have just opened the floodgates. The moment the words left Trevor's mouth, the crowd erupted. But it wasn't just laughter, it was shock. That kind of uncomfortable laughter, where you know the joke hit too close to home. Cameras caught the audience clutching their seats, some mouths wide open, others whispering in disbelief. And within minutes, the clip hit Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
It made me cry, and it really hurt my feelings. And I thought in the context of everything else that was going on in those days leading to the wedding.
Trevor said what we've all been thinking. One fan tweeted, another posted, he didn't roast Meghan, he exposed her. And the hashtags? Trevor Noah, Haas Meghan drama, Haas royal mess. All trending at once. People weren't just laughing, they were analyzing. Rewatching the clip frame by frame, looking for meaning behind Trevor's smirk, his timing, even the way he paused before delivering the punchline. And here's where it gets messy. Overnight, blogs and gossip accounts started pulling receipts. Old interviews resurfaced, Meghan's tense moments with Hollywood A-listers went viral again, and fans began building timelines like detectives piecing together a scandal. Trevor's little joke had just become a cultural event. But the real kicker? Insiders started whispering that Trevor's line wasn't just random stand-up banter. It might have been a reflection of what other celebs have been saying privately for years. That's when fans began speculating. If Trevor dared to say this on live TV, who else has been holding back their true feelings about Meghan? And trust me, you won't believe the names being thrown around as Meghan's so-called secret enemies. The internet might have just pulled the thread on a web Meghan's been trying to keep hidden for years. Once Trevor lit the fuse, fans didn't just laugh, they started digging. And what they uncovered? A string of moments where Meghan Markle seemed to rub Hollywood's elite the wrong way. Suddenly, old interviews, icy red carpet exchanges, and those suspiciously awkward smiles started to look a lot less accidental. Take Jennifer Lawrence, for example. Remember that painfully awkward red carpet encounter years ago, where Jen's body language screamed, "Get me out of here." That clip resurfaced overnight, with fans captioning it, "She knew before we did." Then came whispers about Meghan's run-ins with some of Taylor Swift's inner circle, people pointing out that Taylor once reportedly dodged Meghan's podcast invite. The internet, of course, spun that into a shade-fueled rejection. And it didn't stop there. Hollywood gossip pages began linking Meghan to tension with A-listers like Priyanka Chopra. Fans recalled her very noticeable absence from Meghan's wedding reception, sparking years of speculation. Coincidence? Or another name on Meghan's not-so-secret frenemies list? What Trevor did was crack the door open, but the internet kicked it wide. Suddenly, Meghan's not just a duchess with a complicated royal past, she's a star navigating a minefield of celebrity politics, where the cold shoulder from the right person can sink your reputation faster than a tabloid headline. And here's the kicker. Insiders are now hinting that more celebs may step forward, publicly or through subtle shade, because Trevor gave them cover. He said the quiet part out loud. And now everyone else is emboldened. The question burning online right now? If Meghan really has this many celebrity enemies in the shadows, Who's going to be the next to break cover? When Meghan Markle first walked away from the royal family, she wasn't just a duchess breaking tradition, she was the rebel rewriting the script. To some, she was a modern icon, tearing down outdated rules. But in Hollywood, that narrative's been shifting, and Trevor Noah's roast just poured gasoline on the fire. Because here's the truth, Hollywood loves a disruptor, until the disruptor turns the spotlight back on themselves. And for Meghan, what started as a Cinderella story is now looking like the plot twist of a star who can't seem to find a safe stage. The Spotify deal collapse didn't help. Her Netflix projects drew more criticism than celebration. And let's not forget the Archetypes podcast, where Meghan opened up, but critics said it sounded more like a PR monologue than a candid confession. Now, add Trevor's joke on top, and suddenly her brand feels less like royal rebel and more like Hollywood outsider. Gossip blogs are whispering that A-listers are distancing themselves quietly, not because Meghan is irrelevant, but because she's become unpredictable. Too much drama, too many headlines. And here's where it gets spicy. The Meghan conversation is no longer about her versus the royals. It's Meghan versus the world of celebrity politics. She's finding herself at the sharp end of an industry that thrives on alliances, image, and silent feuds. And with Trevor shining that spotlight, the cracks are harder than ever to hide. The looming question? Has Meghan already crossed the line from being a sympathetic figure to being Hollywood's latest cautionary tale? Trevor Noah's roast didn't just sting Meghan Markle, it cracked open a wider battlefield. And suddenly, everyone had to pick a side. The fallout wasn't just about Meghan anymore. It was about the people standing next to her or walking away. Her known allies, Oprah, Serena Williams, and a handful of Hollywood power players, have stayed publicly silent. And silence in Hollywood? That's louder than words. Meanwhile, gossip forums are buzzing with whispers that other A-listers are carefully distancing themselves. At recent events, Meghan and Harry's absence has been noticed. And in an industry where presence is currency, that's damning. But here's where it gets fiery. New celebrity enemies chatter is spreading. Names like Rebel Wilson and Bethany Frankel, who have already criticized Meghan in the past, are being lumped into this growing list of people bold enough to throw shade. Trevor's joke only fueled that narrative, making it easier for others to take shots without looking like the first stone thrower. On social media, it's even messier. Reddit threads, Twitter storms, and TikTok stitches are painting Meghan as Hollywood's most polarizing figure. For every fan defending her with hashtags like "We love Meghan," there's another clip going viral mocking her victim complex or labeling her a diva. This is no longer about Trevor Noah and a single roast. This is about whether Meghan Markle can survive the Cold War of celebrity politics. Allies are staying quiet. Enemies are circling. And the public? They're eating it up like the juiciest season of Real Housewives. The question hanging in the air, is Meghan losing her Hollywood safety net, one celebrity at a time? Here's the thing about Hollywood. It's not the red carpets or the headlines that decide your fate. It's the whispers, the phone calls nobody hears, the dinner parties without your name on the list, the quiet, maybe we shouldn't invite her. That travels faster than any paparazzi photo. And right now, Meghan Markle's name is echoing in all the wrong corners. Insiders claim that after Trevor Noah's roast, conversations behind closed doors lit up. Executives, producers, and even stylists, yes, stylists, started rethinking their association with Meghan. In a town where your reputation can shift overnight, being labeled difficult or overexposed is career poison. The word on the street is that Meghan's team is working overtime to control the narrative, but how do you fight an enemy you can't see? Whisper networks don't show receipts. They just move silently until suddenly, you're the last one standing on a carpet where everyone else has already moved on. Even worse, whispers say her biggest challenge isn't the haters, it's the fence sitters. The celebrities who used to gush about her, but now stay suspiciously quiet. Every time a star doesn't clap back at a dig or skips defending her, fans notice. And silence in Hollywood? That's betrayal in slow motion. What makes this dangerous is that Meghan can't control it. She can clap back at tabloids, she can launch Netflix specials, but she can't stop the glass of wine gossip spreading across Beverly Hills rooftops. The very conversations that decide who's still in and who's already done. The million-dollar question is, if the whispers keep growing, does Meghan risk becoming Hollywood's untouchable? Let's be real. Every Hollywood story has a cast list, and Meghan Markle's saga is no different. After Trevor Noah's live roast cracked open the conversation, Fans started connecting dots. And suddenly, an unofficial enemy list began forming. At the top, certain late-night hosts. Trevor may have just been the first brave enough to say it out loud, but whispers suggest he's not the only one who's been sharpening punchlines behind the curtain. The comedy circuit thrives on roasting the rich and royal, and Meghan's name has allegedly become an easy laugh line at private gigs. Then there's the elite actresses circle, women who, once upon a time, were photographed with Meghan at premieres or charity events. Now, radio silence. Fans point to how some A-listers who used to praise her now carefully avoid saying anything at all. That silence feels louder than shade. But here's where the drama explodes. Insiders claim there are pop stars, yes, major chart toppers, who privately roll their eyes when Meghan's name comes up. They won't say it publicly, of course, but behind closed doors. Allegedly, Meghan is being labeled as too thirsty, too eager to claim a spotlight that others think she hasn't earned. And fans aren't just speculating. Reddit threads and Twitter sleuths have been building enemy boards, highlighting every celebrity who's dodged Meghan questions, laughed when she was roasted, or unfollowed her socials in suspicious timing. The list grows longer by the day, painting a picture of a Hollywood split down the middle. So, who's really against Meghan, and who's just too scared to stand beside her? That's the million-dollar question. Because in this town, once you've been iced out by the A-list, it's nearly impossible to melt your way back in. So, here's where it all lands. Trevor Noah's joke wasn't just a one-liner. It became a trigger, igniting whispers that Meghan Markle isn't just disliked by tabloids, but by Hollywood itself. The tattooed silence of old allies, the comedians circling for punchlines, the Reddit detectives building enemy lists. This isn't random gossip. It's the outline of a storm. And Meghan? History shows she doesn't retreat quietly. Every time she's been cornered, she's found a way to spin the narrative back in her favor. From royal exile to Netflix spotlight, from whispered shade to magazine covers, she's always found her comeback move. The only question now is, what's next? Will Meghan clap back with a reveal that names names? Will she cozy up with celebrity allies to remind Hollywood she's still on the guest list? Or will she shock everyone with silence, letting the speculation eat itself alive while she plays the long game? Whatever happens, the fallout is already in motion. The roast has become a chain reaction, and the searchlights are now locked on Meghan's every move. One wrong step could confirm the enemy rumors, but one right step, it could flip the narrative completely and crown her as the most untouchable player in Hollywood's gossip war. Final tease. If Trevor's one joke lit the fuse, then Hollywood better brace itself for the explosion. And you already know where to find me when the fireworks hit.